Yesterday was destined to be a magical day that would go down in history as DeepSeek unleashed two major surprises at once. DeepSeek released the official DeepSeek V4 Pro model and a developer preview of DeepSeek Harness, sparking a frenzy in the AI community, with praise, reviews, and debates pouring in. As of this writing, DeepSeek Harness, only open source for 2 days, has already garnered nearly 113,000 stars and 11,800 forks, and these numbers continue to rise. Yes, DeepSeek Harness is very popular, and a major reason for its popularity lies in a name that many people haven't even noticed: Cordis. Let's start with Harness itself. It's a local programming agent, or DSH for short, that reads files, runs commands, modifies code, and searches for information, similar to Claude Code. What truly sets it apart from its competitors is its design approach. Everything is a plugin: model access, tool registry, session logs, approval strategies, and even the main loop that drives the intelligent agent are all plugins. If you want to switch search engines or integrate your company's model services, you can simply modify the configuration without touching the framework code. Adding features to the system is as simple as attaching a new plugin, and everything registered will be automatically revoked upon uninstallation, leaving no remnants. I believe there's value in what we've learned here for AI agent design in 2026. The next competition won't just be about choosing a strong model, but about having a system in place that ensures job status, authority, records, and evaluations are not lost even when the model changes. The word harness translates to control or to manage. If you compare an AI model to a horse, then harness is all the engineering work you need to control that AI model. The so-called Harness project is about researching how to make the AI model like a horse, run faster and more steadily, and complete its tasks. The project rule files you write for AI, the various tools you configure, the task breakdown and execution order you arrange, and the test and inspection processes you design, all of these belong to Harness. This formula was proposed by Langchain in its discussion of agent harness. A good agent must be composed of harness and a model together. If you are not familiar with harness, you can read my previous popular article, one article to help you understand what popular harness engineering is. Previously, DeepSeek only open sourced half of the model, and Harness remained silent until now, finally completing the project. You can think of DeepSeek Harness as a highly customizable AI programming tool comparable to Claude Code and Codex. But its ambitions extend beyond these tools. It's not just a programmable agent, but a configurable and reconfigurable agent runtime environment, with the official slogan, "Everything is a plugin." If I had to name just one feature of DeepSeek Harness, it wouldn't be the abundance of peripheral functions for the model. It's the ability to reconfigure the runtime configuration itself. In the official architecture, everything from connecting to the model, registering tools, and session logging to the execution loop where the agent thinks about what tools to call and proceeds to the next process is treated as a plugin. It's easiest to understand plugins as components that can be added and removed as needed. At its core is a plugin architecture called Cordis, which thoroughly adheres to the idea of adding necessary capabilities to existing connectivity surfaces rather than adding functionality to a privileged, massive core. As a result, models, file operations, shell, sandbox, authorization, search, child agents, web UI, and more can be configured without being embedded into the same fixed body. The important thing here isn't that there are a lot of plugins. Changing the model, shifting local file operations to a different execution environment, removing the web UI and running it headless, replacing the child agent with a different AI. When making these kinds of changes, it's valuable to avoid breaking the higher level design of the work along with them. In other words, DeepSeek Harness is not focused on a specific AI, but rather on a contract for the execution platform, how to combine the necessary capabilities. Definitely stay tuned throughout the end of this video. If you guys haven't followed me, I highly recommend that you do so you can stay up to date with the latest AI news. Lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn the notification bell, like this video, and check out previous videos because there is a lot of content that you will definitely benefit from. So that thought, let's get right back into the video. So now you know why DeepSeek is called Harness, not Code or Build, and why this version is called the Developer Preview. Because what people build is not agent products but infrastructure, the Harness system. It needs developers from all over the world to come in, plug and play together, and help it create all sorts of plugins to enrich the entire DeepSeek Harness ecosystem, thereby forming a new era platform and completing the self-evolution of the agent. On one hand, people say this concept is amazing, while on the other hand, they say no one would use this thing and why would I need to plug and unplug it? The birth of a new thing is bound to be controversial, but that doesn't matter. I think the best approach for everyone is to try it out. Installing DeepSeek Harness is really very simple. Just go to the DeepSeek Harness website. You will see an installation command. Before executing this command, first ensure that your computer has node.js installed. If not, download the installation package from the node.js website and install it using the simple, user-friendly method. Once you have the necessary environment, copy this command line, then open the terminal on your computer, type in this command line, and execute it. After a short wait, you will see a URL displayed in the terminal. Opening it will take you to the DeepSeek Harness web interface. The first time you use it, you need to enter the DeepSeek API key. Create an API key on the DeepSeek Open platform. Be careful not to disclose it. Just copy and paste the obtained key, and that's it. DeepSeek Harness is now successfully installed. Wasn't that easy? Now that you've read this far, you've surpassed 60% of the students. Next, I'll guide you through a practical experience of its capabilities. Once you enter the web interface, select the project folder you want the AI to operate in, and you can officially start working. In the dialog box, you can select the model and its inference level, and also set the agent's permissions to the file system and terminal. Just adjust them as needed. The default mode is standard mode, which has all the capabilities an AI programming tool should have. In most cases, this is sufficient. I will explain the differences between the various modes in detail later. See, isn't it very similar to AI programming tools like Codex? That's right, just treat it like a domestic version of Codex. It can handle tasks such as AI programming and automated office work. Let's run a few tasks and see. The first task was to have DeepSeek Harness analyze its own source code repository and draw an architecture diagram that even a complete idiot could understand. The DeepSeek Harness code repository is quite large, with many modules, making it perfect for testing AI's code comprehension capabilities. Send the following prompts to the AI. Analyze the code repository structure of the current project and create a clear architecture diagram. The output must use mermaid syntax, ensuring that the relationships between modules are immediately understandable, even to someone with no coding knowledge. You can see that the AI starts automatically reading files and analyzing the project structure. The execution speed is very fast, and what it is doing at each step is clearly displayed on the interface. The task was completed quickly, and we could see that the AI output mermaid text drawing syntax, but DeepSeek Harness does not render this as a graphic by default. I need to copy this code into the mermaid rendering tool to see the complete architecture diagram. Although the effect is so-so, the content is still quite complete. Below, you can see the tokens consumed by the task, the current context usage, and the tokens consumed throughout the entire conversation. You can also go to the trajectory panel above to clearly view the history of every conversation and tool call throughout the entire dialogue. This is a key feature of DeepSeek Harness, making every run traceable. The final task is to develop a website from scratch that uses interactive animations to explain knowledge. The key concept I'll be explaining is attention residual, which uses the same prompt I used when I reviewed Codex plus DeepSeek V4 Pro. About 20 minutes later, the AI completed the task. This speed was not fast, as most of the time was spent on the AI's self-check. It's worth noting that the cache hit rate for this task reached 99%, meaning that the vast majority of the cost was calculated based on the cache, resulting in extremely low actual costs. That's impressive. Check out the results, they're pretty good, and the animation is quite vivid. Moreover, the connection between the dots and lines is very accurate. What surprised me even more was that, Just like the previous version developed by Claude Opus 5, this version of DeepSeek also provides summary and quiz features, making the knowledge explanations more comprehensive. Looking at this example alone, I really feel that DeepSeek V4 Pro can rival Claude. It seems harness is really important. Congratulations! DeepSeek Harness has only been released for 1 day, and you've already mastered its basic usage, putting you ahead of at least 90% of the other users. Due to my schedule, I haven't been able to elaborate on many advanced uses of DeepSeek Harness. I have high hopes for this project because the open source plus everything is a plugin approach makes DeepSeek Harness extremely open, and its possibilities are limitless. Perhaps before long, everyone will have different AI programming tools at their fingertips because everyone can freely assemble them according to their own needs. I think that's a really cool thing.